In this video, we're going to go over how businesses are choosing accountants in 2026 before they ever call. Now, why does this matter? Because the world is changing. See, before there were not many people using AI. People relied on Google, but now we have 800 million plus AI searches per week, and that's just on ChatGPT. That number is only going to increase, and things like Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, Grok, those are not included in this. This is just ChatGPT that has 800 million searches per week. People are asking it, who's the best CPA near me? Now, the difference between AI and Google is AI only recommends 3 to 5 firms as the top recommendation. Whereas if you go to Google, we're on the 16th page for the best CPA near me. That means there's around 160 CPAs it recommends. So people are not going to Google. They're just going to the option that they can trust, that they say, who's the best accountant near me? And it gives them 3 to 5 recommendations. So here's 1 through 5 on the top CPAs near them. Now, to even kind of break this down even more, look at this guy. This guy obviously has a great head of hair, but he's on his phone in what looks like a train. And that's the power of AI. Just like Google, you can do it anywhere. But people are now trusting AI for their work. They're having it do data analysis. They're having it write emails. They're using it for their personal life. They might be booking travel or getting grocery plans or recipes from it. And now they're trusting it for their health. There's 230 million people that use it for their health per week. So with people trusting AI, people obviously have a level of trust for AI that they've never had for Google in the past. Meaning people are going to it for anything and everything. This is why it's so key to realize that for your business, because AI, ChatGPT alone, is becoming a huge traffic source for businesses that know how to monetize it. What does that look like? It means being recommended by AI. So let's break down, how do clients actually decide on an accountant? Well, first of all, we have to acknowledge, when I go to an accountant, I have a fear of IRS issues. I have a fear of mistakes, that I might do the wrong thing. And I want someone who gives me certainty and that I have high financial trust in, that they know what they're doing. They're going to look at anything I give them and they're going to say, okay, here's what we need to do so that when you get audited, you're fine. Because I'm looking for trust. So I'm looking, when I go to an accountant, to go from risk to trust. And this is the whole goal that every human subconsciously goes through, not just when finding an accountant, but finding any business to work for. When it deals with your money, it's amplified. And now, how you should think of AI, this is not an AI video. This is how you can get more traffic to your business. AI is nothing but a very skeptical human. Whereas humans have to go from risk to trust, AI just has to have more trust factors that it can believe you are a verified business. So we're going to break down how you can gain AI's trust and therefore be recommended to the 800 million searches that come in per week. Now, to give you context, I run Advera. Advera is our done-for-you offer where we help businesses rank #1 on AI platforms. So I do this on a daily basis with businesses. I had a lot of accountants asking me questions, so I figured I'd make a video on it. So how does ChatGPT think about accounting firms? It's going through, do you have any initial red flags? How safe are they? Can I trust them? And should I recommend them or not? See, it's very binary. You either get recommended or you're not recommended when it comes to ranking on ChatGPT. And the thing is, the top 1 to 5 people that are recommended, even if there's more recommendations than that, it says top recommendations. So if we go back up here, it says top local accountants. If you're anybody who doesn't have a personal connection to an accountant, like in my area, a lot of people move to where I'm living right now. So if they don't know any accountants, they're going to go to the top ones. Why would you not? If you want to go to a steakhouse, you're going to go to the top recommended steakhouse. It's human psychology. So you have to really be ranking amongst these top 5 and preferably #1 to get a lot of the traffic coming through ChatGPT. So now we know what people think of when they're going to an accountant, which you already know being an accountant. You also know how AI perceives you. It's trying to gain mainly trust from you. Once it can gain trust and safety, it will recommend you. But what are the 7 steps that make AI trust you? These are actionable things that you can impact today with your team, just giving them to you. And I'm not trying to hide anything. This is what we do for Advera, the done-for-you offer. These are our 7 steps. And this is the 90-day roadmap we implement with our clients. I'm just giving this all to you. The reality is most people just are unconfident or don't feel like they have the time to do it, and that's why they come to us. But step number 1, perfect your Google business profile. Now, I talk to people every single day that say, oh, my Google business profile is perfected, sorry. Now, when I say that, I'm looking for, does every field, even the optional ones that people are like, why would I need to fill that out? You have to fill it out. Just fill it out with your business info. It's a one-time thing. You fill out your Google business profile, it's done. This is your ID. So you can't get into a bar unless your ID says you're 21 or above. Just like AI will not recommend you if your Google business profile is not perfected. Base layer, this lets you be recommended. You have to have it perfectly set up. Now, where a lot of people mess up is they have it perfectly set up, but they don't have posts on it. So you need to post 30 to 50 up-to-date photos of your business. This can just be your office in operation, maybe a happy client sitting at a desk. You need 30 to 50 pictures to let AI know not only are you an established business that's having up-to-date posts, but you also can show happy people in those photos. So remember, AI is nothing but a very skeptical human. So everything I'm about to go over just gains more trust and more safety from AI. So my handwriting will only get worse throughout this video. It's on a trackpad, but you get the idea. We're trying to get trust here and a lot of it. Step number 2 is building a cross-platform review strategy. Now, why is this the case? So obviously you want 5-star reviews, but what does a cross-platform have to do with anything? Take 2 businesses. They're in the same field, they look the same, they both have 200 reviews. Now, business A has 200 Google reviews. Business B has Google, Facebook, and 2 other sources. Whatever they feel like is their best industry source, they have 2 other sources. This business right here will win every single day of the week because it looks like they are real reviews. Whereas if you just have one source, AI thinks you're trying to game the system and that you bought those reviews. Even if they're legitimate reviews, it says, hey, it's easier to buy one platform's reviews versus just having them on multiple platforms. So while this has 200 on one, this is just 50 on each. And so 50 on each looks more legit than 200 on one. Now, here comes into the second part of reviews. You need to reply to all of your reviews. Now, when I tell people this, they're like, oh yeah, we reply, and I look through their business, and I'm like, okay, so they're not replying to the negative reviews. And the negative reviews you should reply to faster and more often than even the positive ones. Because to AI and to a skeptical human, this is saying, hey, if someone's not satisfied, we go out of our way to make them happy. If they had a bad experience, we give them some sort of discount or assure them we are improving whatever was bad in our business so that when they come back or when someone else comes back, they don't have that same experience. So you need to reply to the negative ones just as much as the positive. Now also, we don't want to have negative reviews. So we set up automations for our clients, and you can take this, what I'm about to tell you. If you have anyone who does any sort of automated review request, they can implement this for you today. So whenever you have someone come in, you're going to send them a text or email. We'll just say E for make it faster. Basically saying, how was your appointment? Here, let's see. I'll type this. Text, let's see. Okay, so we're going to ask, how was your experience? Can you let me know on a scale of 1 to 5? What are we doing here? We're basically seeing what they would leave as a review. Let me get my pen back. Hold on. Pen. Perfect. So we're seeing if they were to leave a review, what would they leave? Now, if they leave a 1 to 3 in the text or email, we're just going to say thank you. We're going to say, great, thank you. We appreciate you coming in. We will improve whatever was wrong. You can ask for feedback. Now, if they leave a 4 to 5, you say thank you again, but you then send them a review request. And you basically ask them, say, hey, we want to help more people like you in the local community. Would you mind leaving us a review? And because you're sending this request automated, you can set it where it's going to send different sources. Some people might get Facebook. Some people might get Google. You do it for all the review sources you have. But what does this do? This means your reviews that are public are mainly going to be your 4 and 5 star reviews. It's a simple automation that makes a huge difference in most businesses. Now, step 3 is lock your NAP. What is your NAP? That's your name, address, and phone number. Now, your email is important too, but most people, their email is fine. But when I say your name, address, and phone number have to be consistent, they need to be character for character specific. So your name needs to be the same anywhere it's on the internet. If it's on a Facebook account, it needs to be the same as it is on your website. It needs to be the same as it is on your email signatures, any directory. Your name has to be consistent. Your address, same thing. Your address has to be consistent anywhere anyone on the internet could find it. Same with your phone number. Now, this is because AI is going to search for 15 sources of your business, and if it doesn't have consistent data, it's going to get confused and wonder if you're the same business. So it will either disqualify you or not count that source as a qualified source, aka not taking one of the 15 sources it needs to recommend your business. So the best way to do this is to have a concrete name, address, and phone record that everyone in your business knows. Whenever we fill out anything, whether it's for a publisher, whether it's for a new site we're going to use, our name, address, and phone, here's what we input. And when I say character for character specific, let's say your phone number starts with 919. And that's what it says on your Google Business profile. And on your Facebook, you have 919. Now, the number following this is the exact same. It will not recommend you if this is the case. You need both of them. It doesn't matter what format you have, but you either need parentheses on both or you need no parentheses on both on just the area code. That's how specific and kind of mundane you have to make this. But it's showing AI that you are verified the exact same business. This is just one of those things. It's a good habit for your team to get in. Once you send out a memo saying, hey, anything you fill out, anything you create, this is our name, this is our address, this is our phone number. It's just a good habit to get into. Now, the fourth step is to secure local media and digital PR. I'm not talking about Fox News. I'm not talking about CNN. I'm talking about your local media, getting them to write an article about you. Now, a lot of people I talk to are like, well, I don't know what they'd write an article on. I don't know how to get in contact with them. And that's why I tell them, these publishers writing these stories, they are constantly looking for things to write articles on. Because they're local media, they get rewarded for providing value to the community. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to reach out to 10 of them, and you're going to provide them with what they are looking for, which is a story. Now, this story is not going to be, hey, this person came to our business and it revolutionized their business. That's a good one. The best one, though, is to educate them. You want to educate them some way. Because you're an accountant, maybe it can be how to get your business set up for tax season, the 5 things you should look for. When you do that, you are educating the community, giving this writer something valuable to publish, and you don't put a CTA in this. You basically give people free value. You say, here's the 5 things you need to do to make sure your business is set up for tax season so you don't get ruined by the IRS. Anything like that. People will read that. They will just take in all of the knowledge that you've given them for free, see no CTA, but they'll see who sent in the story. That's you. That's your business. Who's educating me? So then they're going to go to the educator whenever they need to hire a CPA. So they're going to go to you when they need that service done. So you really want to just reach out to as many people in local media as you can get and get them to write stories on you. And the easiest way to do that is to provide the story to them. Make their life easier. Now that's step 4. Now also, why do these matter so much? And digital PR is basically like a digital newspaper. They're the same thing. But why does this matter so much? Because, let's see. Yeah, once again, my drawing's only going to get better. So 1 local media mention is equal to 50 5-star reviews in the mind of AI. Why is this? Because if you do any sort of marketing or you put stuff out for your business, that's you saying your business is good. You are the best accountant in the city. But if someone else puts out something from you, even if it's no CTA in it, no call to action, if it's just you providing value, that's an outside source who has no correlation to your business saying that you are the best. That's why 1 local media mention outweighs 50 5-star reviews. And so it's easier to get 1 media mention than 50 5-star reviews. So that's why it's so important to try and get these. Now the fifth step is to inject AI readable schema to your website. Now before I lose you on this is basically schema. It's very short schema, but it's basically on your website saying, hey, this is the name of our business. Remember, this has to be consistent with your constant NAP format, but your name, address, and phone. So you would also put your business name, your address, everything about your business, your case studies, you would have them listed in this form of schema. Now you don't need to worry about this. Just hand this to your developer and say, hey, I need AI readable schema in my site. And if they don't know how to do it, get them to ChatGPT it. They can figure it out. They're a developer. That's their job. But how can you think of schema? Now, I was going to have an image here, but I honestly forgot. So let me go attic boxes. So we're going to look for an attic with boxes. Perfect. So if I tell you to go into this attic and you've never been before and I said, hey, grab me a t-shirt, you would go in here and open every box to find a t-shirt. But if I tell you, hey, go in this same attic, I need a t-shirt, and this box was labeled t-shirts, you would open this box up, grab me a t-shirt, and hand it to me. You would find it instantly. Versus before, it would take you maybe an hour to find the t-shirt that I need. Schema is no different. See, when you have schema, it's basically telling AI, hey, here's what you're looking for, so it can read your site faster. Because we're looking for fast and easy for AI to gain our trust and to understand what our business does. And when you can make AI be able to find things about your business faster, AI then will recommend you. Because if it's got to search for an hour, it's not going to do that. It's going to go with the business that is the highest trusted, safest recommendation, and that they can find info on the fastest. You may be the best accountant in your city, but if your website is bad and you don't have constant reviews and media mentions, you won't be recommended for the fact that it can't discover you. And so you need to think about it from that lens. It's not just trying to get recommended by AI. These are 7 things that any business owner should be doing if they want to grow their business with anybody, not just AI. Now, step 6 is flaunt your case studies and testimonials. This is an example of what one on your website could look like. But the main thing I want to get at, you obviously know what a case study is. It's asking people to write something about how your business benefited them. But specifically, we want to ask them, what were you experiencing before us? Saying before us. Why did you choose us? What did we do for you? How has your life improved? So once they answer these 4 questions and you send them to them, you send them to the person and basically say, hey, do you mind answering these questions? We're looking for case studies so we can help more people in the community like you. You want to use that line as much as you can for this. You want to go, hey, we want to help more people in the community just like you. Do you mind answering these 4 quick questions? Don't send them to them in one paragraph. Send a simple Google form that's asking these questions specifically. And you can, for our clients, we have preset templates that they send out. And you can make these more in-depth. But the baseline, I want you to understand the structure of why we're asking. The what. So then it can find a story about what specifically they came for. Why did they end up deciding you? What did y'all do specifically for them, and how has their life improved? What is this going to tell AI? Most people have case studies that are like, great accountant, my taxes got handled. Great means nothing to AI because it's looking for trust and safety. So if a business then has, what were you experiencing before us? If it has a case study saying, hey, my business was basically, our books were unmanaged. We had no clue what we were going to do when tax season came around. I saw John's accounting firm and it said they had a few Google reviews, so I decided to go to them. When we got in, they helped restructure our books so we were aligned for tax season, and they discovered we had X amount of money we needed to spend before the end of the year to get tax benefits so tax season didn't hit so hard. Now I don't even have to think about taxes. My life is improved. This means that when a business owner or a user goes to ChatGPT or any other AI platform and says, hey, my books are unmanaged, I need to find a good CPA near me, who do you think ChatGPT is going to recommend? Business A with, this accountant's great, my taxes were handled? Or business B that has a whole story about someone who did not have books managed properly and they just help them save their life. It's going to go with business B every day of the week. Now, you should think about this. If nothing comes to mind when you're thinking about getting good case studies in the beginning, if someone asked what your business does for people specifically, hopefully you have one person in mind that you're like, this story was incredible. This is what I tell people in an elevator when they ask what my business does. This is the person you're reaching out to for the case study initially. And you're going to get more of these and you'll get used to asking for them and getting good case studies. But this first person, your elevator pitch person, is who you want your first case study to be. Now that's step 6. Step 7 is to monitor, optimize, and defend monthly. What does this mean? It means more people over time, especially. If we go back up here, remember these 5 recommendations? Let's say you're Oak City Accounting, and you want to rank number 1, which means you have to outrank Wapner Presley PLLC. So you need to have you or your team monthly looking at what are we doing, what are they doing. See, if you look, they have 5-star reviews, while the one ranking number 1 is 4.9. So on a review basis, the number 5 is beating it. However, they probably have more local media mentions. They probably have more case studies. Their schema is probably better. So this goes to show you, you reverse engineer what the person who's winning at number 1 is doing, and you implement that for your business. So if the person at number 1 has, let's get back down here. Let's see. If the person who's ranking number 1 has 50 reviews each month coming in, then you should just have 53. Like, you just improve upon it. If they have 2 case studies, have 3. If they're getting 4 local media mentions, you got to get your team to get 5. So it's very simple math. It's just find what the person winning is doing, copy it, and do it better. Improve upon it. Now, if you are number 1, you need to constantly be looking at what your competitors are doing, because they're coming for the taking. They're trying to take that spot of number 1 from you. So you need to combat that. You need to constantly be improving your reviews. You need to be getting better local media mentions, better case studies. Make sure your schema's in line. Make sure every part of your business is not kind of slipping away with your name, address, and phone number. Now, there's one thing I wanted to add that I forgot to add on the name, address, and phone number. So the easiest way, it sounds like a very simple thing, but that's for the accounts you use on a daily basis. For your Google and your Facebook, you already know those. You need to have a 30-day audit, and it's best to have someone in your marketing department do this, but have a 30-day audit of everywhere your business info is listed on the internet. Every single place, every directory, every local media mention you currently have, any sponsorships that you're in. Make sure your name, address, and phone number are the same for what your permanent NAP is going to be. And if it's not, you need to change those over a 30-day period. Because as you add on more accounts, once your NAP is concrete and your whole team knows this is our name, this is our address, this is our phone number, then you're fine. But you have to go and re-look through every single place your name, address, and phone number are in a 30-day span to make sure it's all aligned in the beginning. So that's a very easy thing. It just takes time. Now let's break down the compounding effect of why winners keep winning. Because when AI recommends you, clients arrive pre-trusting you. Remember, we already went over people are using it for work, personal life, they're using it for their health. They have an immense amount of trust in AI, a level of trust that I don't even have, and I work with AI every single day. Now the consults convert faster. You get more reviews. There's stronger authority signals. All of these are positive things. So that's why it's a compounding effect. Once you start ranking, your business only improves. Your reviews improve. People come into your business ready to work with you. You get more business, and then your reviews even more improve, and you start ranking better. You get more reviews. It's just a cycle, and it only ends up in you increasing your business. Now let's see, why do most CPA firms not maintain this? Why can't they? It's because they're like this lady. They hear all this stuff, and then they try and manage it along with their other work, and you physically can't. You're going to be asleep at your desk. So you either have to have someone on your team dedicated to it, or you have to find someone who can do it for you. That's why we created Adveris, so people can have to not worry about it, but still get the benefits of ranking. But they get busy with client work. This is why they can't maintain it. Tax season overload. Marketing becomes reactive, reviews slow down, signals send decay. And they're missing the key thing here, consistency. Because the way we work, we have with our business a 3-month, a 6-month, and a 12-month plan. Now, most people start with a 3-month plan, which is understandable. And we get them ranking number 1 most of the time. Sometimes it's number 3, most of the time it's number 1 in their market. And some of them will stop working with us after month 3. And we tell them, hey, we're glad you're ranking. Just continue doing what we're doing. Remember these 7 steps. I just went over all of them. They're on the website. You can look at them, have your team implement them. If you don't consistently do them every month, you will not continue to rank. So that's why most people that succeed, they do the 3-month, then they go to the 12-month because they're like, I don't want to have to keep doing this, but I see why I have to keep doing it. Because if I don't, my business is going to lose effect. It's not going to be ranking anymore. So the key thing here is consistency. You need your team to consistently be focusing on AI. And the best way to do it is to have systems in place to automate this whole process. Now here's the reality. If AI starts ranking you, it will be your new referral partner. Gaining AI's trust, it will only recommend you even more. Early adopters will win with this, while everyone else who catches on late will have to increase ads and reduce their prices to get competitors, or to beat competitors. Now, last thing I want to go over is 2 things. 1, the competitive moat, and this is your business. This is your business that has decided to rank number 1 on ChatGPT. You start ranking, and after month 3, your competitors catch on that, hey, they're ranking, they're getting a lot of business from ChatGPT. I need to now rank and outrank this business. The thing is, for the past 3 months, you've been getting a certain number of reviews, a certain number of case studies, and a certain number of local media mentions. Now for reviews, let's say you're getting 50 reviews a month. Let's say you're getting 2 case studies a month. You're getting 2 local media mentions. This means after month 3, simple multiplication here, you have 150 reviews, and 6 case studies and 6 local media mentions. So what does this mean? If they see after 3 months that you have more customers coming in and they don't know that you're doing all of this to get them, in their first month, if they wanted to compete with you, you will be at 200 reviews. You will also be at 8 case studies and 8 local media mentions, which means they will have to beat you on all of these aspects to outrank you. And it just becomes not probable. Getting 200 reviews in 1 month is pretty hard for an accountant. It's possible, but it's very hard. Getting 8 case studies, also pretty difficult. 8 local media mentions, almost impossible to get in a month. So it means they can never touch you once you begin ranking number 1. So if you rank number 1, you're pretty much solidified there only if you are consistent. So that's why I say consistency is key. If you begin ranking, don't stop what you're doing to rank number 1. And so that's why the competitive moat is so powerful. If you can rank now, you will solidify that spot for all of time with AI because that trust only compounds. You have more reviews, people trust you even more. AI is recommending you, it sees people are happy after going to you, it's only going to recommend you anymore. It's a spiraling effect of you getting more business and ultimately making more money for your business, which is why you're here. Now the other thing is Gemini. Gemini is Google's AI, and Gemini just signed a $1 billion deal with Apple to replace Siri. So if you have an iPhone, it has Siri on it. Siri sucks right now. But Gemini is going to be the back end of Siri. Now Gemini is arguably more powerful than ChatGPT, meaning people will be able to use Siri to ask it for things like, make me a grocery list, and it'll make it a full grocery list. Book my hotel, it'll do it. What should I do for my health? It'll tell them. They're also going to ask it for things like, what's the best restaurant? What's the best accountant? So Siri will become 10 times, if not 100 times more powerful through Gemini. Meaning when people ask for business recommendations, how is Gemini going to recommend them? It's going to go through these 7 steps here and see what's the most trusted business. It's no different than ChatGPT. So in my city, if I asked Siri, hey, what's the best accountant near me? It's going to give me these 5 businesses. That's the power of doing this now, and this competitive moat secures you as people will use Siri more and more in their day-to-day life. Now, I hope this was helpful. I hope this answered any questions you might have about how you can get customers in 2026 with this new source of traffic. If you're interested in Advera, there'll be a link down below. You can check out the website. Get those 7 steps here for free. If you want us to do this for your business, just click Get Started or book a strategy call. It'll take you to a link. You can book a call with us. We can see if we can help you out. But I hope this was helpful in educating you on this new source of traffic. If you have any questions, comment them down below. I'll get back to them. And I hope you can now see the value of ranking on AI and begin to rank with your team.